Hello, hello. This is Mark Cook. I'm the CEO of Shiny Shoe. We are the creators of Monster Train. My webcam is still broken and does not focus, so I'm going to be extremely blurry for this entire stream, which is why I'm not going to stay in this view for very long. We're going to switch over to game view. The good news about this stream today is that we're going to talk a lot more about Wild Mutations, our free update that is scheduled to be released in July on, I believe we announced this today already, July 16th. So that's just about 2 weeks away. I think it's exactly 2 weeks away. We're going to have a major content update with a lot of new gameplay coming to you for free for all owners of Monster Train. And in today's stream, I've been demoing just like a tiny bit of it over the last few weeks. In today's stream, we're going to look at some of that in a little more detail. And unlike all of my previous streams, where basically I always cut off after around an hour and never finish a run, we've had enough requests for me to actually finish a run to see, whether or not it's possible. Can I win a run? I think there's some open questions about that. I mean, I know the answer is yes, but it seems like some other people want to see it actually happen. I'm going to be streaming for 2 hours today, so we're going to get at least one run done. In the meantime as well, I can answer any questions you have about the game, about gameplay, about whatever you want to know. I can answer some questions about Wild Mutations, our upcoming update as well, but I don't want to reveal everything about it so that there's still some fun mystery to it. But yeah, why don't we get started? Why don't we look at some of the new functionality that's in Wild Mutations that we haven't seen yet. So here we are, Monster Train main menu. Standard run. Got some cool new things to show you immediately for when you start a run. All right. There are 2 new buttons down here. These are some interesting new buttons. Let's click this one. What does Add Mutators do? Add Mutators gives you a huge menu where you can add any of the mutators that you can see in the daily challenge or in custom challenges, plus some that I think don't appear in daily challenges. And you can add them to your single player run, 1 to 3. And so we put this here, even though currently you can actually get access to this functionality by going into a custom challenge and doing that. We put this here because we wanted people to find it. There is a caveat to putting a mutator on to your kind of standard run, is that runs customized with mutators don't count for clan experience, card mastery, covenant rank unlocks, or progression tracking. And the reason for that is you can just make a run extremely easy with positive mutators. It completely imbalanced both in terms of easy and hard. But we think this is a fun way to just continue to explore the different options in the game and come up with crazy ideas for what might be an interesting run. Speaking of mutators, this update, I mean, we've already talked about some of them in previous streams over the last few weeks, but Wild Mutations, I mean, its whole focus is around kind of mutators for the most part, right? There's currently 37 new mutators. You can see that not all of them are done. I'm not going to scroll the entire list because I don't want to reveal them all, but this no breaks one is in development, for example, and may or may not make it, I'm not sure, by the 16th, but right now there's 37 new mutators. It might be plus or minus a little bit before it ships, before the update ships, but that more than doubles the total number of mutators in the game. So there's a lot of variation, and then these are going to show up in the daily challenge. These are all available for both single-player runs as well as custom challenges that you can share. All right, jumping over the questions real quick. Kranima asks, I have noticed that the animated background during normal gameplay always shows the same snowy landscape. Is there plans to make it change so according to the plane you currently are at? Yeah, I think that would be a cool idea if the background was based on the Ring of Hell that you were at. It would be somewhat expensive to make all the art for that. I think it's a fun idea. We don't currently have plans to do that, though. But I think it would be cool, so we'll consider it for the future. Yakakats says, any chance for a ranking system for Hell Rush? Not yet. We've had that question a number of times. We understand why it's being asked. We are not currently planning on doing that yet, but I think we're still open to the concept of doing that, and if there's enough demand for it, we will, we'll definitely deeply consider doing it. I don't want to promise that we're going to do it. All right, Butchie Banana asks, is there going to be more info regarding balance changes? Sure, we can look at a few of those things now. There's quite a few balance changes already. We, of course, are going to post extensive patch notes listing every single change once we're ready to do that, because we're still like testing balance changes, modifying our tests. Sometimes we try something, we don't like it, we change it back, that kind of thing. And Butchie Banana asks, why limit to 3 mutators if it doesn't impact progress? Well, there is one main reason. It's about our ability to test all the permutations. Yeah, I think broadly we are considering the ability to go for more than 3 mutators in the future. We will not do that for wild mutations. But, like if you could put 10 in there, the number of potential like combinations of those things and what kind of like weird gameplay bugs might come up just absolutely explodes. Now, there's probably some really fun stuff you can do with using such a kind of broad set of combinations on mutators, but we're still limiting it to 3 for the time being. That might change. Yeah, you can see just in this view here some of the other new mutators. So a new challenger. Replace your champion with one that is not from your primary or sub-clan, it should say allied clan there. A simple plan. Non-champion units cost +2 Ember and start with Sketches of Salvation, which is such a game-changer artifact that it's interesting to kind of have it right at the start and think about how you might modify your run based on that. Yeah, at your service. We've seen that one before in one of my streams recently. Start with 2 additional train stewards and advanced prototype. Speaking of balance changes, look at advanced prototype. That's been updated to be stronger for train stewards. In addition to, it previously gave damage shield and multi-strike, and now it gives +5/+5 also. Just as one example of a balance change we made to try to better support the concept of train steward kind of meme decks. There's another mutator that removes your champion completely, so I think it's fun to try to put this one on at your service with the other one that removes your champion, and then pretend train stewards are your champions, and then see how well you can do with that. Of course, Big Chungus, we've seen that one before, is another new one. All units start with +1 capacity. And this is one we haven't looked at. Bleeding Cash. Lose 1 coin whenever your units take damage. Obviously, it's a -1, that's why it's red. All right. Let's look at another one of the new buttons here on our single-player menu. Expert Challenges. What are these? These are new endgame single-player content. They are unlocked once you have completed Covenant rank 25. So not all of our players have done that, but for the ones that have, we are adding some new challenges for you right here. So when you open up Expert Challenges, these are essentially hand-designed challenges by the dev team, and this is a list of them that you want to complete, and when you complete one, it gets a check mark here. And so I'm not going to show all of these off, but like we can look at a few of them. Controlled Chaos. Start with a random deck and you can duplicate cards at merchants as an example of one of these expert challenges. You can use whatever clan combination you want for these, so we think there'll be some interesting kind of theory crafting surrounding like which 2 clans are the best for this particular challenge. Like look at this one, Spellcraft. A smaller hand, no discarding, and cheaper spells mean you need to make the most out of your cards. Which is interesting to think about. What clans would be best to complete that challenge? As of right now, there are 15 total of these additional challenges to complete. Some of them are really hard, so we definitely expect this to have a meaningful amount of additional kind of goals to hunt for. All right, No Ducks. Is Broken Valve a positive or a negative mutator? Good question. Let's go back and look. Broken Valve is this kind of light blue. I don't know why it's light blue. We've like been going back and updating some of the icons. Broken Valve, I think it's definitely positive. I mean, Volatile Gauge got buffed at some point before, I don't know. I don't remember if it was right before release or after, but it didn't used to do the card draw change. So that was a huge buff to Volatile Gauge for sure. And I think I heard that from looking at our analytics data, Volatile Gauge has the top win rate of any artifact at high Covenant levels. So I'd say it's a damn good one. I think we've definitely changed the boon value. The boon value is a hidden piece of data for each mutator that is like how positive or negative it is for the player. We definitely, that's another balance change. This is like a semi-hidden one that has been increased recently. We increased that value for this mutator, specifically Broken Valve, because Volatile Gauge is so good. And the boon value, what that affects is the random generation algorithm. So if I, for when we generate like a daily challenge, we try to make daily challenges somewhat balanced. And so we use those boon values that are kind of hidden information to make sure that we don't just put all positive or all negative mutators on a daily challenge, just as an example. Yeah, so speaking of balance changes, another one that we're experimenting with right now, this is kind of like more targeted towards our more experienced players. We're going to make daily challenges slightly harder by changing the kind of generation algorithm to choose boon sums for the 3 mutators it picks to be in a harder range. I know that's kind of like a lot of info to unpack, but we're tuning daily challenges a bit to the harder side, so we'll see how that goes. We might continue to make some modifications there. All right, Fluffatron UK asks, advanced prototype build on its own now. Yeah, I mean, we hope so. So we'll see. I mean, we might still change advanced prototype even more, so we're still considering that. Radon Cloud asks, you had mentioned a public beta test server for the update in the past. Would it be possible to enable a cheat mode to allow users to test specific interactions and changes? Interesting. So we are definitely still planning to do a public test server release. It's probably going to be next week. I don't have a specific day yet, but the goal with that and how it's going to work basically is it's going to be another branch in Steam, which the Steam UI calls betas, that you can switch to. There won't be like a password or anything. You can just switch to it. And when you do that, we're going to copy your save data from the live version of the game to basically another folder on your hard drive. And the servers are different for the public test server also. And then you're going to pick up from there. So you're going to continue from your current live game progress. Any progress that you make on the public test server is going to be thrown away, though. So we only copy in one direction, so we copy over there. And then our goal with that is for anybody who wants to come and check out the changes early to get your feedback and bug reports and so on. So we're definitely like appreciative of anybody who would choose to come over and take a look. But yeah, that's the goal. And so that public test server is going to be up for, however much time until July 16th, 10 days or something, let's say. And then we're going to take it down. So anytime we're not like preparing for the launch of a major release, that's our current plan at least, we're going to take that server down. In terms of offering cheats, we don't have any plans to offer cheats right now that are like specific to help test content there. We do have developer cheats. They're like deleted out of any build that goes public. So there are the type of things in the game. It's not like super accessible to people. So I don't know, we could consider it. We have not considered giving it. And in the short term for this particular test phase for Wild Mutations, we will not be putting cheats into that build, but we'll think about it. All right. Joker77 Doom says, will Train Stewards ever get their own steampunk faction? That would be interesting. It'd be fun to have an entire clan based off of like steampunk Train Steward guys. So interesting. We've talked about adding new clans in the past. We're not promising anything yet. We are definitely thinking a lot about it. So we'll see. Yuckakats asks, are they completely random as well, or will specific cards show up for each challenge? So for the expert challenges, yeah. They're random, basically. Yeah, so like, I mean, your starting cards, for example, those are randomized each time you try. So there's definitely like still going to be a random element. We're not like completely controlling it explicitly, every element of it. We could do that, but right now we are not. That would give us more control over the difficulty level because there's certainly like some random element to it for sure. But yeah, that hasn't felt necessary yet to us, so we're not currently going there. All right, Kranima asks, so should I really go for the 50k point achievement before the patch hits, right? Well, I mean, we're not changing anything about how that works, so you can definitely still get 50k one way or another. There's just there's more variety. There's more different things that can happen now. All right, and Fluffitron UK says, would you consider adding golden artifacts to the logbook in the same way you can get golden cards? Oh, so mastered artifacts. I think that's cool. That's a cool idea. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody mention that before, so that's kind of a new idea to me, but I like that. I think that would be pretty cool to add. So here, let's go there. Yeah, if we had our artifacts here, and once you win with one, they turn golden or get highlighted in some way. Yeah, I think that's a cool idea. We should do that. Yeah, there's one more major feature. Well, there's multiple other features we haven't looked at yet for Wild Mutations. There's one more that's going to go into the logbook that unfortunately is not in for this build yet, so I'm not going to mention it. But there's one more really cool thing coming that we'll definitely be able to see, whenever the public test server goes up, or perhaps at a stream next week. Okay, before I go to the run I'm intending to play, let's look at a few other things. So there's a little star next to this challenges menu. This used to be called multiplayer. We're playing with the names here a little bit. So this used to be called single player, it's now called standard run, and this used to be called multiplayer and it's now called challenges. There's multiple reasons for that name change, but the main reason we're changing it, honestly, is that we think some people are kind of turned off by the concept of multiplayer and aren't going to this menu when we want them to. We want more people to explore these options, so we're changing the name a little bit. All right, and you see this little star next to it too. The star is just a little small thing that we put in. It basically tells you when it's changed since you've last seen it. So the daily challenge, changes every day. If you haven't seen today's daily challenge yet, that star will tell you, oh, okay, there's a new daily challenge. But you can see in this case, it's telling me from the status of my account that there's something new under what's now called community challenges. And we've changed the wording here a little bit because you're about to see a new feature that we're revealing for the first time right now. So discover new challenges or create custom challenges to play with friends. Let's go take a look at what's happening here. So we now are doing some amount of featured challenges that are made by people in the community or by the dev team. So we have one slot here called featured by the devs, and this is just chosen by us. It's a feature challenge, and this is actually what I'm going to play. Today's one, it was made by Amphi DSF. It's on Covenant 17. It's got the Hellhorn and the Awoken as the clans, and the 3 mutators are Junked Up, Heavy, both of which were already in the game, and a new one called Dante's Comedy. Start with Dante the Deceptive and 3 Dante's Candles. And for people who know what Dante does, he gets buffed up from blights, which this is going to give us a lot of blights to start with. So this will be interesting for sure. Might be hard. And then the rest of these challenges are algorithmically chosen. We think we have some bugs with the algorithm, so that's something we're still working on. But we are going to start highlighting the most popular challenges, the ones that have the highest scores on average, the ones that seem to be the most difficult. Some of these definitely are not the most difficult at Covenant Level 1 with #blessed, so still a work in progress. And the newest ones. And currently, although this is subject to change, these algorithmic ones change every day. Every single day, these will change, basically, which we hope will make this a more interesting place to come and play more different types of runs. Of course, every single one of these runs has a leaderboard, so man, some of these names that we generate are so weird. So, like Female Buyer's Vista, I've apparently played this before because my rank is number 6 on that run. So if I go here, that's just like a little preview saying I've played this one and I'm ranked 6. Many of our other private beta testers are doing much better than me, so sad face for me. But all right. And we have this little thing just tells you which ones you've played recently, so if you want to go back to those, you can. You can, of course, still just type in whatever you want, and you can create your own challenge, including a private Hell Rush. Like, we've had this question a number of times. Like, you can create a Hell Rush that is private by basically creating a challenge and then sharing it with people and not telling anybody outside your friends or whoever you want to play with. what the share code name is. All right, Butchie Banana says, I've never clicked on the multiplayer menu, so you're not wrong. Well, Butchie, I hope that after seeing this, you will be more interested in clicking on it. All right, Snuggletooth says, I'd like a list of the post-game achievements in the logbook, like frostbite stacks, etc. Yep, that's a pretty commonly requested feature. We will probably do that someday, is I guess what I'll say about that for now. But yeah, I mean, I want that too, so I'm with you. All right, Kranama asks, are there any plans to buff the probability of certain cave events? I've never seen the Bone Dog event, for example. You know, I don't know if we've modified any of the likelihood of seeing the different concealed caverns events. It's definitely something we can do, but I don't know personally if we've changed anything for this update. All right. Before I go and play Illness Arrive Girls, I want to show one thing in the Create Challenge menu that's new. So we definitely have had people create private hell rushes via this flow. But we have had a number of requests. This used to just be a toggle that said on or off if you wanted your custom challenge to be a hell rush mode. So now you can give it a custom timer. So normal timer is the same as playing the normal hell rush matchmaking. Fast timer, I think it's 50% faster. Like slow timer is 50% slower, and then slower timer is 100% slower. It's something like that. So you can't like completely customize exactly what you want, but you can get some amount of differentiation here, because we've definitely had people saying, I want to play a hell rush with much slower time and so on. You still need at least 2 people to play a hell rush, but if you made a private one in here, you can send the share code to a friend, and then you or more than 2 people can get into a private hell rush together. Because hell rush runs do require multiple people to be there simultaneously, they will never be on this part of the menu here for these featured runs. So we're only going to be featuring, at least for now, runs that are not hell rush style runs. All right. So here we are, Illness Arrive Girls. We've got Junked Up, we've got Heavy, we've got Dante's Comedy. We talked about, we're at Covenant 17. I reset my save data so often to test things, I've forgotten what all the Covenant levels do, so I'm going to review this real quick. All right, we're getting dead weight. We're getting even more blights out of the Covenant levels. Additional enemies, more attack, more starter cards. 20 damage at the start of the run. Okay, of course, got Covenant 10. The well-known friendly units on the top floor enter with Dazed, always making things harder. All right, got it. Excuse me. Let's start the run and see what starting cards we get. Vent, Vine Grasp, and Impish Scholar, and our Seraph is the Diligent, the Consume variant. All right. And we've got Junked Up, Heavy, and Dante's Comedy. Actually, if we win this run and we don't purge too much, I might get an achievement. I don't think I have the 40 or more cards in my deck achievement for winning a run. I was just looking at my own personal achievements. Yeah, so we've got a lot of blights. And we've got Dante the Deceptive. When played, gain a stack of multi-strike for each blight card in your deck. Apply 18 stacks of multi-strike. So that's pretty interesting. Although, if you look at all these blights that we have, our hand of cards in many of the battles is going to be nothing but blights half the time. So that's going to be interesting. We've got 5 torches and 5 restores. Dante's pretty weak on the health side, so yeah, this is going to be interesting. Definitely will scale extremely well with anything that can buff his attack, given the amount of multi-strike. So let's see what happens. All right. 2 questions from Reddit to try to answer. Does Transcend Imp work on itself? I'm pretty sure the answer is no. But I'm not 100%. I feel certain the answer used to be yes at some point during development, and it seemed ridiculously overpowered. I don't remember if that's still the case or not. All right. And champion upgrade or artifact first. Is there a better order to pick these in for optimal win rates? Ooh. Well, I definitely have a personal opinion on what I like to do. I don't know what affects win rate more, and I don't think we track enough information to know that currently. But I think that's pretty interesting. I would love to hear differing opinions about this. So I always go artifact first. because I feel like my choice in artifact more often swings which way I want to go in the Dark Forge than the other way around, basically. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Both of these are appealing. Resonant Shard. These are both from the Hellhorn. Rage adds an additional +1 attack per stack. The reason that one's appealing is because Dante scales so well with Rage or anything that modifies his attack. So that's a nice, really nice scale booster there. And Imp Sickle at the start of turn, get a random Imp unit in your hand. Imp Sickle is always good. We're going to have a lot of... I mean, I can't think of almost any situation that it's not a good pick. We're going to have a lot of junk in our hand all the time, and maybe for many turns we'll have nothing playable at all. So it's very appealing for that reason. Plus, we can get imps that give rage and so on, so I think for that reason I'm going Imp Sickle. So Imp Sickle or not, that's probably not going to really affect my choice here too much, but sometimes it does, and that's why I go for the artifact first. Alright. So, it's kind of funny, in this run, like, Dante is really actually my champion. I think there's, like, no way the Hornbreaker Prince is going to be as strong as him. So, I wonder if we should go for the Wrathful path, because we can maybe get him to start getting some kills, and with armor, kind of protect Dante if he ends up being a frontline blocker for Dante, rather than going for Reaper, because we already have so much firepower with Dante, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Butchie Banana asks, why does Dante say when summoned instead of summon colon? Pretty sure Transcendent repeats its effect anyway, so I don't get the change in wording. That is why it's changed, for sure. It says when played now. When played. I don't remember when this changed exactly, but it used to say something like you're saying, and the reason why it's changed is we don't want Transcendent to interact with it, basically. So that's why. Good catch. All right, Retribution. Non-boss enemies units enter with spikes 3. Ooh, that is going to shred Dante. I don't think we can take it. Unless we can win without him. But I don't think we can. I feel like spikes is, like, for now at least, the worst possible thing, so I'm going to skip that. Alrighty, there he is. Sure, let's throw him out. Let's see what he looks like. 3 times 19. Holy crap. That is crazy. Alright, let's go with our plan here. I guess we might as well. Alright. Interesting challenge. Alright, so, I mean, I could cast these calcified embers, but I'm pretty sure I don't want to. I think we want to just keep them. Let's just keep them and just try to, like, get them multi-strike to be totally out of control. So we're going to keep all of our blights. Alright. Johnny Bazooka 89 says, is there a reason why you don't get Dante's Cloak in this modifier? I don't know. Yeah, I honestly don't know. That's a good question. Alright, let's get rid of that. Advice Colon says, does Transcendent work by just regexing your deck for summon? How does Transcendent work? Summon is a trigger, and something is keeping track of how many summon triggers have fired since you started the battle, and it replays all of those, is what it does. And Transcendent's effect is also summoned, so that's where, like, does it become a multiplier? I just can't remember. It might. It definitely did at some point. Alright, we've already won, so let's go. Alright, we're gonna have to go to ultra speed. It's like a machine gun. Alright. Well, I have to draft at least one card at some point because I wanted to go for this 40 card achievement here. So do I want any of these in particular? Fortify could help keep Dante alive better. Hidden Passage, always a fun one, but I don't know. Yeah, what the hell? I'll go 45. 45. Ooh, Razor Sharp Edge is very, very good on Dante. Very good. Let's go for that. Okay, well, we gotta go Merchant of Steel, right? We're gonna be looking for upgrades. Upgrades for Dante. Let's see what we've got here. So... interesting choices. So, we need him to stay alive, right? Giving him Heartstone... it's not the aggressive way to go, right? It's like the... just try to keep him alive for more rounds of combat. I mean, for each round of combat he's alive in, the amount of damage he is going to dish out if we can buff his attack is going to be ridiculous. But by putting Heartstone on him, that's one less upgrade that we can give him later. So we could get greedy and just go purely for trying to buff attack. Like, we could re-roll and hope for Large Stone, for example. I mean, Endless doesn't seem that bad, because you want to... I mean, if he dies, you can use him again that way. But one of our private beta testers said it was a mistake to put Endless on him, so I have a preview. I think it was Amphi DSF who created this challenge, said that it was a mistake, so... like, I'm really tempted to put Heartstone, but I don't want to throw my run by not maximizing how good he's going to be. I mean, I want more Razor Sharp Edges, more copies of this card. Let's not do it. Let's go greedy. If I reroll now, I'm only going to have 90 coins left, so I might not be able to buy the expensive upgrade. So I might just not buy anything right now. That might be a mistake. But I'm going to try it. See what happens. Do we want either of these guys? Sweep has some nice utility. It also, for Husk Hermit, I think Husk Hermit's been buffed. People were asking about balance changes. I can't remember. This might be higher health than he used to have. Anyway, like I said, when we release to the public test server and for the full release of the Wild Mutations update, we will definitely be listing every single change exhaustively. Yeah, so Husk Hermit's also great with Razor Sharp Edge. The utility of Sweep is really good. The thing that seems bad, though, is if I draft any unit, any other unit, I might get that unit in my opening hand instead of Dante. And I feel like with this huge deck, we want Dante in our hand always. We will always want to have Dante in our initial draft. Because we know we're going to have Thornbreaker Prince. So this is like a hidden rule that I know some players are aware of, but for units that are these like more, I don't know what to call them, just like more major type units like Husk Hermit or Animus of Speed or Dante, there's a special rule where you get at least one of them in your hand at the first turn of battle. And the reason why we have that in the game is it, you know, it just makes it feel better. We feel like you get a unit into the train besides your champion faster. So the game's balanced around that, the fact that that special hidden thing exists. So yeah, I mean, if I want to take Husk Hermit now, but if I do, Dante may not be in my hand at the start, and because my deck is so big, I may never see him in the battle again. Like, we could end the battle or lose the battle before Dante's even drawn. So for that reason, I'm actually going to skip. And someone later is going to tell me why that was a stupid decision, but let's see what happens. All right, we've got Pyre Absorbers. Heavy hitters, stronger when spells are cast. Armor emblem for a unit draft. I probably won't take the unit draft, but I'm going to take this trial just to get points in case I'm actually able to be a contender on the leaderboard for this one. All right, not the end of the world. Okay, let's play Dante. Let's play Hornbreaker Prince. Let's play Pyre Chomper. Let's put armor on Hornbreaker Prince. And then, do we want to do this nuke? Yeah, we probably do. Yeah, for sure. Oh! Well, it didn't really make a difference. I guess it didn't matter. I forgot about the armor. Well, it's nice to get another chump blocker in here. So just play the train steward. Oh, pfft. All right, well, phew. I forgot about Dazed. That's something we haven't done, but we've been talking about doing is, you know, once you get to Covenant 10, friendly units on the top floor enter with Dazed. We need to do something visually. There needs to be like a reminder because people like me who don't often play at Covenant 10 plus keep forgetting. I'm sure for people who play on that all the time, you won't forget that since it's such a critical differentiator. I think I'm not going to play the Molting Imp in this room because I want to get a better Imp next turn. That's my hope. I'll just throw him up here. Not the one I wanted. I wanted Rage. Ah, this is bad. This is the sweep High Priest, too. All I'm thinking right now is, do I want to Vine Grasp the Discipled Foot Soldier to the front? I think we'll probably kill him at least if we do that. So I think the answer is yes. But I feel like already it's like that show, Arrested Development. I've made a terrible mistake. Okay, that was definitely good. This is, whew. Preview updated. It now shows minus 100 for the boss, so that was not a flawed decision. We can restore here. That probably won't make a difference. Yeah, it doesn't. All right. While I'm sadly watching my team die, let's see. Butchie Banana. I don't forget because I get to hear Northern Lions say, "Oh, but he's dazed," every evening. Yes, some of the Northern Lion videos are super funny, so we love them too. TF3 Penub 2 Penub says, "That's fine. It's entirely possible to reach Covenant 25 without somehow knowing everything in the game." Good. Radon Cloud says, "I swear this boss is harder than Seraph on average." I'm feeling it. Well, we got our Transcend Imp. Not exactly what I want right here, but let's play him. Hiya! Yeah, that wasn't super helpful. Better than nothing, though. I guess let's at least kill that guy. All right. M-Raider 894 says, "Add some Pyre Fume effect to the top floor." Yeah, something. We should do something for sure, I think, to indicate that something is changing. Okay, what is going to be more useful here? Playing the other Train Steward, we only got 2 capacity, or playing the Welder Helper. Unfortunately, this jerk has sweep, so it would have been a lot nicer had I been able to put the 20 armor on the Train Steward, but I can't now, so... Alright, we've got 5 damage because he's going to die instantly. If I play another Train Steward, we're just going to get 10 damage. If I play the Welder Helper, it's going to be less, right? Because he's going to have 20 armor, 21 effective life, which will make him survive for 3 rounds of combat, so I'm going to do 3 damage because he only got 1 attack, so... Well, and I forgot about Dazed again. So does it matter? Does it even matter? Maybe I should have just put 2 regen on one of these guys. Alright, well. We're taking some pyre damage. Alright. I mean, it might not be... Like, we could just go for a ridiculously huge deck. I mean, we have so many blights. We don't rely on having the blights in our hand. All we care about for the blights is the fact that it triggers Dante. So we might as well start picking up more cards that are, you know, synergistic with what we're trying to do. Because then we'll have more, like, we'll not have hands full of blights as frequently, so we might as well. So I think I'm going to pick Fledgling Imp. Like I was talking about earlier, Fledgling Imp is not like a major unit, I think, so I don't think it counts for that, like, first draw thing, so I'm going to take a gamble on that, and I'm going to take that. Okay, Steel Enhancer is also great on Dante, so I'm going for that. Yeah, see, to my point earlier about drawing cards, you know, we picked up Razor Sharp Edge after the previous battle, and we didn't even get it into our hand even once during this fight. So I'm not going to take any of these guys. Balance changes, here's another one. Shattered Shell was buffed. It used to be +2 on sweep, now it's +3. I can't remember if the base stats are changed either. So some things have changed. This is Demon Fiend, but one of the most complained about characters in the Hellhorn is Alpha Fiend. Alpha Fiend has been buffed as well. I don't remember what the exact stats are off the top of my head, but anyways, I'm passing on this. Ooh, I want that Pyre health, but I also really want to go to the Merchant of Steel. We've got more coins now. All right, what do we got? We could check down there, or we could check this map. We've got more Pyre remains coming, and I think... Yeah, duplicating cards is also going to be tempting, though. This is going to be a tough decision here. Growing up against Daedalus. It's the armored variant, it looks like. Should we go? Let's go greedy. Let's do it. Quick on Dante is going to be really good. Fury Stone is really good. Battlestone, you know, not bad. I mean, Quick alone on Dante is not great until he gets more damage, but we are starting to get more ways to make that happen. I'm going to do it. I'm going for Quick on him. Should we re-roll? Yeah, let's re-roll. I mean, Fury Stone's pretty good, but like even just base attack of 10 would be better, I think. All right, there it is. So we could put Strength Stone on him. So now he's going to be 13 times 19 with Quick. It's not the large stone that I was hoping for, but it's still really good. So I'm going to go for it. Let's put it on there. Is there anybody we want to give 25 extra health to? I don't know, we could throw it on one of these guys. Might as well. We've got the coin. I think we're more likely to play one of the imps in the same room as where Dante is, so maybe I'll put it on this guy. Just to act as a better chump blocker. Putting Endless on that guy might not be bad either. To keep raging. Oh, well, I shouldn't have given him health if I wanted to do that. Mistakes were made. Alright, now let's not spend that coin then. Okay. Once again, I'm not going to take the unit. So we'll see how this pans out. Kranima asks, what is the most successful faction at higher covenants? I have the feeling Stygian or Melting are extremely potent at Covenant 25. We definitely have that data. I don't remember the answer, though, or I don't know the answer personally. So that's something that we can look up and answer later on Reddit or something, if people want, or on Discord. All right. Hammer, Railforger's Hammer, +1 capacity on each floor. This is always the safe option for this particular event. I mean, it's just good. It's just like a free Daedalus upgrade, you know, whichever the one comes after Daedalus and Fel. History of the world, +3 on a random floor, not bad, but yeah, I feel like with quick Dante, we're gonna want to play him in the first floor every time, I think. So and this could target the top floor with Daze, and we just don't want that. Yeah, we're not going for a magic power based build, so Frozen Nostalgia makes no sense. So let's just go for the safe. Let's go for the hammer. All right. Okay, constructive explosives enter with damage shield. Shows you what I know. I said it was armor. It's conceptually kind of like armor. Alrighty. Okay, so now we've got our Dante here who is going to thrash everything. Now they just got quick and more attack. So let's just throw these guys in there like we were before. Yeah, what the hell? Let's ping that off and then vent him. And now Daedalus is half dead. It's a nice first round of combat. Alright, I gotta speed this up. Yeah. Alright. Woo! There we go. Okay. What do we get? Alright, so we got both our Chungus Imp, and we've got Daedalus up there. Might as well play him there. I don't care if the Pyre Chomper dies. We're never gonna draw this guy again, so of course he's Daze. Might as well just play him. This battle's not gonna last long enough for him to get drawn again. Ah, Daedalus, why couldn't you go down? The Jack86 says, could you add a purging hole at the first place in Limbo, just to purge something that you don't need? Right now, I don't think we have any plans to do that. I mean, I see why you're asking for it, because, yeah, there's some, like, junky cards in there that you could have that you don't actually want. And so, it looks like Daedalus is dead on this turn. Ooh. But for game balance right now, we're not intending to do that. So, we want the game to get harder. We add some more of the starting cards, like Torch and so on, to your deck. The number of times you can purge in a run has a high influence on the difficulty of the game, so we don't have any plans right now to make that type of modification. I think we're happy with where that's at currently. All right, we definitely don't need either of those. Dark Deal is really good on Dante. He only has 10 health, but still, giving him that much rage, as long as we can heal him, it's pretty damn good. Let's go with Dark Deal. Unit draft, not taking anything for the same reasons I've said before. Okay, what major enhancement do we want? I don't think we want Ember. We don't want Fel's Remorse. So the question was between Herzl's Compound or Light of Seraph. We have so many blights in our deck. Herzl's Compound would help us see cards that are different more frequently, which is good. We still have not... We haven't even gotten Razor Sharp Edge or Steel Enhancer into our hand even once in a battle so far after taking those cards. So for that reason, this is tempting. And Light of Seraph with +1 capacity on each floor is not bad, for sure. It would allow us to put more imps. We've got Imp Fiesta coming from Imp Sickle, which is nice. But I want to get those cards. I think they're going to have more impact to see the cards, so I'm going to go Herzl's Compound. Bowl of FFT. Sorry about butchering that. Any plans to allow multiple tries to submit score on the daily challenge? Why the limit of 1? No, there's no plans to change that right now. And the reason is to keep the stakes high. This is one reason. And the second reason is the game is deterministic, so if you play it again, you're going to see the exact same stuff. So you could sit there and play it 10 times in a row and optimize every decision perfectly and get the maximally perfect top score, which you can still do now. It's just not going to count on the leaderboard. We just don't think that that's like an interesting way for the top of the leaderboard to be determined. So that is why there is a limit of 1 submission for daily challenges. And for all leaderboards, actually, is for that same reason. So I don't really want to purge in this deck. I would love to copy one of the cards, but I don't want a unit, and I don't know. I'm certainly tempted by the artifact and by more coin. Like, what I'm really hoping for artifact-wise is to get the one that gives me an extra slot on Dante. I forget what it's called. Pyrostone Housing, maybe? That might be the spell one. Anyways, let's give it a shot. So, more health. Did not get it. Friendly units enter with Rage 3 is pretty good, though. Let's do that. I think we just keep going. Hornbreaker Prince is a chump blocker for Dante, basically. Non-boss enemy units get multi-strike for random artifacts. Oh yeah, we're taking that. I feel like for the next few battles at least, we're just going to be trashing them because we got quick, a bunch of rage, and all that stuff on Dante. Oh, and we started with Dark Deal. That is going to be good. Let's throw Fortify on him so we don't actually damage him. And we got Razor Sharp Edge. Now it's just getting out of hand. Let's not play either of those guys. RF17 says, I know you guys probably talked about this before, but any plans on adding endgame stuff like Binding of Isaac where there is a bunch of hidden end bosses if you beat everything? So you may have missed this earlier in the stream. There is some new endgame content for single player that we're adding with Wild Mutations. There are quote-unquote expert challenges, we're calling them, that you can set in a single player standard run that are hand-designed, extra hard challenges from the dev team that unlock once you've completed Covenant 25. It does not add new bosses. Are we thinking about adding new bosses? Yes, we are, but there are not going to be any new bosses in the Wild Mutations update, but keep your eyes peeled for future Monster Train updates. I can tell you that Wild Mutations is not the only planned update for the game. All right. Let's go ahead and Steel Enhance. Dante, it's going to get crazy here. I think I'm not going to play the Molting Imp. I just want to save room for a better imp like the Rage Imp. All right, these guys are trashed. Zuthis says, any plans to incentivize players to Hell Rush? Yes, actually. I love the mode, but it's a lot tougher to get a match these days than it was a few weeks ago. Yeah, and speaking of, there was a prior question on the stream asking if we were going to add skill-based matchmaking to Hell Rush. And one of the reasons why that's not a priority for us right now is, yeah, like the amount of people playing it has diminished. And so if we start to segregate groups of players into different skill tiers, and we only matchmake amongst similar skill tiers, then it's going to be even harder to find a game. And so for that reason, we're not like rushing to add skill-based matchmaking to Hell Rush. But we are going to add an incentive. It's like the one major feature I did not show on this stream about what it does for the new feature that'll be in Wild Mutations. And let's see. I mean, it's going to be seen in just a few days anyway. I'll kind of just give a hint as to what it is. We're going to add some unlockable... We're going to add unlockable card frames, basically. That's what we're going to do. So they're going to be alternatives for card mastery frames. And to unlock them, you're going to have to meet some criteria. And one of them is going to be to win a number of Hell Rushes. So that, we hope, is going to be an interesting incentive for people to check out the mode that will hopefully help get more people to play it once this Wild Mutations update goes out. All right. Kranima asks, talking about leaderboards, do you have any plans to deal with the hackers at the top? Yeah, we ban them. People get banned all the time. There's a lot of people that get banned. I mean, there's some post on Reddit today that looks like a cheater to me. That person, if we verify it and think it is a cheater, they're going to get banned. So please keep reporting if you see cheats or things that you think are cheats. I will say that at least once we've gotten it wrong and we banned somebody who shouldn't have been banned. We unbanned that person, and I'm glad that we were able to talk to them and figure that out. But any obvious cheats, we will ban you if you cheat in multiplayer. If you cheat in single player, we don't care. Go ahead. But if you cheat in multiplayer, on a leaderboard, you're going to be banned from playing in multiplayer. We want to keep multiplayer competitive. We want to keep it interesting. So cheating is kind of the antithesis of that goal. So we won't allow it. Goodbye. All right. Gnarled root, I'm not going to take it. Give me that gold. Infinite box is perhaps nice. Might as well. You get Transcend Imp, you never know. Okay, here's a completely redesigned card. Speaking of balance changes, Pyre Grow has been completely changed. I'd say this is not like 100% locked in for release, but this is what it does now. Draw -3 cards next turn, +1 Ember per turn for the rest of battle. This used to draw cards immediately and change their Ember amount, so this is different. I definitely don't want to take it in this run because of how many blights we have, so I'm not going to mess with it now, but that's another example of a balance change we made. Part of the reason for that was it was basically impossible to balance with how it was currently set up. There was just like nowhere it could go. We could, like, it was too hard to make it any better or worse based on the previous design, so that's changed. Tronox, any plans of cosmetics, i.e. alternative unit skins aside from the googly eyes? Not right now, but I think that's a fun idea, so we'll see. TF3 Panub, TF3PNUB2, googly-eyed imps pog. Oh yeah, I do love the googly eyes. I showed that last week, I think, on stream. There's a mutator that adds googly eyes to all units. It's really funny. Yeah, I hope people will enjoy that. The Jack86 says, there is a good place where to read a guide to climb the Covenant. I'm mostly stuck in the 5th level. I don't know. That's a good question for the community. I'm not sure if there's like a good wiki with gameplay tips on that at this point. All right, Genesee referred to Reddit. Thank you for that. Sounds good. All right, what do we go for here? So we have a lot of coin, which is good. So we could buy... However, we're on Covenant 17, so prices are increased. We might only be able to buy a single artifact. We can probably reroll, though. I'm still, like, what I really want to get is the one that adds another upgrade slot. What is that thing called? Let's go look in the logbook. Yep, there it is. Pyrestone housing. This is what I want. I could also gamble and see it over here, although I only get to see 2 artifacts if I go this way. I don't really care about spell upgrades right now. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. Holdover would be awesome on, like, Razor Sharp Edge, but the likelihood of getting that into my hand is very low right now, so... Yeah, let's go over here. See what we get. Somebody asked at the very beginning of the run, in Limbo, do I choose my artifact or my Dark Forge first, and which is better? I have my opinion. I always go artifact first. I don't know which is actually better. But here's another case. I always try to go... This is like another one where it's like, I'm not sure, because you can't go back to Concealed Caverns. I usually go to Concealed Caverns first to see if it gives me something that I might want to then upgrade at a merchant. But we could go in, and for merchants you can go in and out, so we could look. Alright, we did not get Pyrestone housing. I could reroll. Sting gets magic power, don't care. Friendly units, armor 5. It's alright. Not bad. When you summon the second unit in a turn, gain 3 Ember. That doesn't matter. We barely ever have Ember problems, feels like, so... I would probably re-roll this. And hope I don't regret it, so why don't we just do that now? Just see what happens. Ah! Well, didn't get what I wanted. Do we care about Trader's Quill at all? Probably not. What do we have? Infinite Box is the only consume card. Yeah, no, we don't care about that. Unbroken Horns, maybe not bad. We do have some X cards. It might benefit us at some point. It's like, doesn't seem that great, but it's not horrible. And Petrified Crucible has no point at all. We're not going spikes, so I guess I'll buy this. But I could wait. I just said I'll wait, so let's go to the Concealed Caverns and see first. Purge a card, gain a card. No, don't purge Dante, right? Gotta be careful here. Is there anything that's just like complete garbage in our deck right now? Torch, maybe? Torch is probably the worst card, least utility that we have. What the hell? Let's get rid of a Torch. What would be better? A random rare Hellhorned or Awoken? Probably Hellhorned. If we get like Spike at the Hellhorn, for example, that's going to be damn good on Dante. Well, that's not what I wanted. It's not that bad because of Impsicle, but it's also not that good. Do I take the coin? 15x. So on like turn 5, it'll be like 60-ish damage. You know, it's not doing anything for me, really. I'm gonna skip. I'm skipping because like I don't want to draw that when I might have had the chance to draw like Razor Sharp Edge, for example. All right, Crossed Rosk asks, have you guys thought about having the option to create and join lobbies for Hell Rush? You can already do that. I will show you how after this run, but I'll tell you how right now. So this is in the live game right now. You can do this. You need to go to custom challenges. You need to create a custom challenge, and you need to turn Hell Rush on. It's a like little knob checkbox type thing in the lower right corner of the UI. If you do that and you hit create challenge, it will create a private Hell Rush basically with a share code name. And if you give that name to whomever you want, you can invite them in there. So yeah, that's a way to play one with your friends or internet friends or whatever. And set custom rules. You can also put mutators on a Hell Rush that way too. King Cac 130, would you consider making train themes a thing? Like a theme for each clan, a train skin? Ooh, that'd be cool. That's an idea I haven't heard before. Yeah, that would be, it would be neat to have some additional art to the train itself based on which clans you're playing. I don't know. So, no, not in the near term. We're not adding that right now, but it would be cool. All right, I'm going to take on Broken Horn, and let's go. Kranima, any plans on showing Champion Mastery with alternate art, for example? For example, after completing all Covenant 25 combinations with a faction. Interesting. Yeah, no plans right now. That could be fun. I like that idea. I will say that the unlockable Mastery card frames that I mentioned will affect the champion card as well. So there's some new stuff visually for that. It's a little bit different than what you said, though. All right, do we want to take Mark of Invasion? What else is coming up on the map? Another Merchant of Steel, but what we really need is Powerstone housing, which we could hope for over there. We're definitely going to take pyre damage if we take this, based on our current strategy, but what the hell, we've got plenty of pyre, so let's do it. Ooh, stealth is not what I want, right? Is this the stealth boss too? I wasn't even paying attention, it probably is. Alright, let's sit up here. I think there's no point in trying to kill these guys. Oh, I'm going to be dazed anyways, so yeah, I can't kill them. I'm just going to play these guys just to get them out of my hand. I'm going to get them out of my deck. I don't want to draw them again. Yeah, see? Unbroken Horde's not that bad. We're at 6 Ember now. Alright, I'll point out that we're at 1 hour and 6 minutes or so of streaming. So normally, I would have been cutting things off here and saying, oh, gotta go, gotta get back to work. But special for you today, I'm gonna stream for 2 hours so we can actually finish a run. And it's looking pretty good. I mean, like, we're pretty much, we're wrecking face now with our beefed up Dante, so we can just keep enjoying that guy. He's doing work for us. More rage. Let's rage him up. Might as well just get rid of these guys. There we go. There we go. Get rid of that. Doot. Now he's gonna start getting crazy. Oh, phew! It's not the stealth boss. We've got the sweep guy, though. The sweep guy's a jerk, and Dante doesn't have that much life, so we better do whatever we can do right now to buff him up. Damn. This damn sweep guy! Ah. What to do here? Oh, yes, that... I don't want to mess with it. Normally I would Dark Deal, but if Dante ends up dying because of the damage, that would be a really bad mistake. We're showing, if our preview is correct, we're showing that the Sower of Sorrow is already dead, so I'm just gonna... Just in case it's wrong, I'm gonna play another Fire Chomper just to get some more Ember, but... I don't know, maybe I'll do this on him. Alright, I'll do that. But... I don't think it's wrong. Let's hope it's right. Alright, here we go. Yeah! Ah, whew! Okay, our preview was correct. Clan Pack, choose a card. Branding right, not bad to keep Dante alive. Give him some of that sweet armor. We're gonna have plenty of Ember, it seems, to cast things. Let's take that. Vigoring Solutions, not bad. Let's take that. Might as well. That's a free one, basically. All right. Well, I mean, we can't put any more upgrades on Dante, which is all this deck is about, basically. So let's go here and just hope again for what I want. Didn't get it. We definitely don't want Sketches of Salvation. Advanced Prototype, it's been buffed, as I said. Might as well. We still have all our Train Stewards, so what the hell? Let's take that. Let's check out the Caverns. The Historian. We can cast this potentially because we have Unbroken Horn. Speaking of other balance changes, One Horn's Tome, excuse me, has been nerfed. I think in the live version of the game it costs 5 Ember right now, and now it costs 6. The reason is it's too good at High Covenant levels, so we have nerfed it even more. Getting 6 Ember is definitely possible in a number of decks. It's just harder. We don't need any more quick. Trample doesn't matter that much for Dante. We've got so many multi-strikes, so I mean, and even just one more multi-strike isn't even that good, really, on Dante. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not make or break in terms of the game. So I don't know. Maybe Trample's even better at this point. He's already got so much multi-strike. Like, he's gonna overkill guys sometimes. This might be like more efficient use of. Just trying to think, like, if you get 1 extra attack, like the highest attack we've seen on our Dante is like 40-ish, so you get 40 more damage. And with Trample, though, if you had like a 2-life guy in front of another guy, then, you know, you might end up with at least 40 more damage through the line if you're like blowing through the entire line of enemies too. I don't know. I don't think like either one is like that much better than the other one. Let's just go Emberstone for fun, see what happens. Oh, let's check out the merchant. Ooh, double stack. Do we have anything interesting for that? Dark Deal's pretty interesting with 14 rage or 40 armor on Branding Right. So Branding Right feels like that's the safer pick, and Dark Deal is the greed pick. Let's put it on Branding Right. Let's go safer. Dude, do I care about lowering the Ember cost of anything? Probably not. Alright, let's just re-roll. Holdover. Holdover on Razor Sharp Edge. Very tempting. Holdover on Branding Right, which we just upgraded. Also tempting. June Coral says, so you plan on giving one Horn's Tome plus 1 cost each patch until the end of time. Kappa. Pretty much. Yeah, we'll see what happens in the data once it's at 6. I mean, it's definitely still possible to cast. There's multiple ways you can cast it, especially if you're playing Hellhorn, right? So it's not outside the realm of possibility. It's just a hard one to tune. It can't get worse in any other way, basically, than Ember cost. Kraken, any changes to Volatile Gauge on that node? Right now, Volatile Gauge has not changed, so I think if we were going to nerf something about Volatile Gauge, because like I said this earlier in the stream, it's the best artifact at high Covenant levels based on win rate. I don't think it's not like by far the best, but it is number 1 actually. If we were going to nerf something about it, we'd probably nerf card draw, I think. All right, so for my holdover, I mean, it's still kind of unlikely. Holdover on Steel Enhancer is also not bad, especially with all these things that are attacking the health here. Both Razor Sharp Edge and Branding Right lower Dante's health. And so does Dark Deal. I don't know. Like, it's somewhat unlikely we're even going to get the cards we want. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I mean, I feel like I want to put it on Branding Right, though. It's like, as soon as you get 40 armor on somebody, you use it again, and it's only going to take off 5 of the armor you just put on. Which seems pretty good. But my greed makes me want to put it on Razor Sharp Edge. I don't feel like we can put it on Dark Deal because we don't have enough healing to counteract it. I mean, and putting it on Steel Enhancer, like I was just saying, also good. Alright, let's be lame. Let's just go safe. And since I've... Oh, I can't put another upgrade on it. I was going to say I was going to put -1 Ember on it since I did that, but... Yeah, alright, whatever. Let's put that in there. You want to put magic power on anything? Can always throw it on Vent to just get free damage, even if you have 0 Ember. But I feel like we're not going to cast Vents because we want to keep our Ember sometimes, so... Definitely do not want to do that. Alright. I'll put it on Vent. Alright. Let's go. Rage. The Rage variant of Fel. Alright, good. She raged this one. I don't care about that one right now. Alright. Here we go. Do I want to play the Welder Helper right now to get that armor going in there, or do I not care? I'll play him. Just be a little bit safe. All right. Transcend Imp. It's awesome. Not that great right now, though. I'm actually not going to play him. Maybe play him here. I don't know. I can't if I play the Train Steward too. I'm going to hold off. We just haven't cast enough summon things yet. Alright, well, there's our Branding Right, so... Here we go. Let's play this. That piercing... Oh, I forgot it has piercing, so what I said earlier was wrong. It goes through, but I'm going to put that onto Dante to... I think. I mean, I could throw it on this guy, too. I don't think anything has sweep. Or Master of Light does, but Master of Light's going to get trashed by Dante every single time, so... Maybe I'll put it on my champ. Since he's basically just a blocker for Dante anyways. Tempted to kill one of my own imps with Torch, probably will here. Just to free up capacity. Definitely gonna cast that. We're definitely gonna cast that. Give me some more of that sweet armor. Alright. Number 1, Pug Streamer. I got a question that I haven't been able to answer myself. If you have the double summon artifact as a double twice with Transcend Imp, yes, it does. I'm almost positive that that is true. Oh, I should have played this guy first. I could have killed him and played the other one. Alright, well. Okay, we do have to be a little bit careful here. We're getting close to killing our champion, so... Nothing else has piercing, though, from any enemy attacks or anything like that. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, let's get that back. Nice little combo right there. Alright, still looking pretty good. I mean, Dante's ridiculously strong at this point, basically. I know, none of this even matters. I'm just messing around. There we go. There was the trample. Alright. Let's Transcend Imp. Do we want to put one into our deck? Sure, why not? More draw or more space? More space would mean, I mean, we talked about this before. More space would mean more space for more imps. More draw means see more cards faster. We did, you know, we got Invigorating Solution. That's helping accelerate our draws. Yeah, let's go capacity. Mix it up. Ooh. Well, I keep wanting to get... We should probably go to the Concealed Caverns. We might get something that can be applied to Dante. That's my gut. As much as I want to duplicate something here. I mean, you can duplicate Dante. I forgot about that. Should we do that? Any card except your champion. 2 Dantes! Whoa! PogChamp! We should probably do that. I don't see any downside. He's got quick. I mean, he's ridiculously strong already. We do, like, pretty much want to focus all of our buffs on a single Dante. And we are wiping out the bottom floor every single time, so it might be kind of pointless to do it. Like, you could duplicate Razor Sharp Edge or something instead to try to get that card into our hand more frequently. I'm feeling really strong. Let's just duplicate a Dante. What the hell? Alright, here we go. More Dantes! Do I want to purge anything? Nah, let's just go for a mega deck. Oh, we're just going to stay on Wrathful here. Not that it even matters, almost. Yep, I don't want that purge. We're going for the big Chungus deck. Ooh, this guy that everybody hates. He's going to be triggering Revenge a lot with Dante hitting him over and over, so if our first Dante dies, that would be really bad. I pretty much don't care about Spell Shield. There is also the Multi-Strike Enchanter guy, who's pretty nasty. Thankfully, our Dante has quick and can wipe people out pretty well. Alright. Dante. They're all dead already. Ah! Okay, let's throw the chomper up there. A little chomp action. Sure, let's imp in a box. Alright. Start getting some rage stacks going. Sure, I'll play this guy. Why not? Oh yeah, we can kill him. Yeah, thank you. That's why Imp Sickle is so good. It just gives you so many of these little opportunities to be able to kill that guy. I would not have been able to have killed him otherwise, because anybody summoned here would have been dazed, and there's not enough damage in any of these spells. Maybe I could have Torch and Vine Grasp him. Never mind, but still, you get my point. Alright, here's our other Dante. Doesn't matter here, so let's just do that and save the Ember. Mars Greek Gog says, also feels weird to have Dante without his cloak. Yeah, I agree. I mean, well, he's wearing one. We just don't also have his cloak artifact, of course. There's our invigorating solution. Should we just nuke these guys with this guy? If we do that, yeah, what the hell, why not? Ba-boom! Alright. Save our Ember. Quick on Dante is just ridiculously overpowered, it feels like. Okay, lots of stuff to do here now. Let's get rid of that. I don't want to take any pyre damage. Definitely doing that. Let's Branding Right our champion, create some blockage. And we took Umberstone for some reason, so let's just give that a shot. Doesn't seem like there was really that much of a purpose. You know what? I should have cast Impish Scholar before that. Let's cast him now. If we get back Umberstone, I'm gonna be sad. Alright, that's what I'd like to see. I don't have any Ember. No! Win more! Whoops. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Ginge Fringe TFT. Oh my, I had no idea you always got a unit on a draw. At the first turn of battle, you do, yes. For most types of units. I'll put it that way. Alright, let's give him even more armor. Let's rage up Dante. Let's give Dante some armor. I should have done that first. Alright, that's good. Please tell me he's dead. Alright, good. Alright, well, whatever, it's over. That looks good. Alright. Whoop, not yet dead. There we go, now he's dead. Butchie Banana, suggestion, have the game somehow indicate the maximum hand size. It's 10, and you can learn that pretty quickly the first time you encounter that. Also, a way to see how many cards are in your hand without counting them one by one. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that being useful. I don't... Well, we have 49 cards. I want to get to 50. Let's take another Transcend Imp. Is Awoken's Rail Spike interesting for us? Not really, but I mean, we can build up some cards with a bunch of Ember from Unbroken Horn. I don't know. Nah. We've got 50 cards. It's a nice even number. Don't want to throw that off. Okay, Seraph, Devour spells. What do we want to do? Either way, we can go to the Merchant, but I have a lot of coin, and I want to see if I can get Pyrestone housing from the Merchant. My prayers have been answered. Alright. Let's leave just for a second. Just for fun. Let's see what we got in the Merchant of Steel. Pfft, more multi-strike. We don't need that. I'd probably put... Strength Stone is really good, right? We already put it on him once. Just... It's 10 times 19. It's 190 extra damage per wave, basically, just straight off the bat. This only gives us, you know, a much smaller amount of extra damage. So, should we re-roll? I mean, should we try to get a better rare? What are the other, like, rare upgrades on the units that we don't have? We don't have large stone. Large stone would be great. But I don't know. I'd probably just go strength stone, just for safety. Okay, let's do it. All right, so we're definitely buying that. We've got 2 Dantes anyways. We can see whatever we want. Yeah, let's re-roll. Summon abilities trigger an additional time. Ashes of the Fallen. Hells yeah. All right, we're going that. Okay, jump back over. Strength stone, 20 coin. Easy. I can put that on this Dante, re-roll, and see what we get. There's large stone. That's even better. Put that on the other Dante. 2 Dantes! Now, which Dante will we draw? Is going to be the question. Which Dante should we copy? Should we get another Dante? It's probably not the right decision. We should probably copy Razor Sharp Edge or something like that. Or maybe even Invigorating Solution is another good one to copy, just to accelerate our card draw. Pretty sure we've won this run. It's looking pretty damn good at this point. Which do I want? I'm gonna go Razor Sharp Edge. It scales just so well. We're not gonna purge. I went to 51 cards. No, let's purge something. Let's get back to 50. Just want to feel better about it. Let's get rid of a Train Steward. I don't want to get rid of a spell because it's Consume Seraph, and I want to have the flexibility of burning a spell off of something that I don't care about. All right, there we go. All right. First spell each turn consume. Which one did we get? We got the Chungus, it looks like. We got the large stone Dante. Let's go with him. We got plenty of space. Didn't even cast a spell that turn. Mars Greek God. Oh yeah, last stream you asked for spell modifiers. What about one that it makes it put on top of the draw pile every shuffle, and one that puts it on the bottom every shuffle? Interesting. Yeah, I mean, on top of the draw pile every shuffle, you mean every turn, or like when your deck cycles? If it's every turn, that's basically what Holdover does under the hood. Holdover puts it on top of the deck and you just draw it again into your hand, because it does consume one of the slots for card draw. For putting it on the bottom, it's interesting. I wonder, like, conceptually, what effect would that do for how I deal with my strategy? I'm thinking about that. Oh, I don't want to consume that one. There, I'll consume Vine Grasp. Yeah, interesting. Thank you for the ideas. We'll think about those some more. Butchie Banana says, are the cards from random events and effects weighted by rarity? We definitely have control of weights all over the place. I don't know exactly how it's used in all contexts. Ooh, here's a greedy thing to do. Should we put both Dantes in the same room? We'd get 21 times 23... additional damage, which is, what, 800 or something like that? But we wouldn't be able to put any chumps to block or anything. Screw it, let's watch us lose this battle over this decision, but let's go pure greed here. Alright, Seraph's gonna be half dead. Hopefully we can still win with that being the case. Mofo Gobongo says, as a spell modifier, do you think a modifier always start with it in your hand would be too strong? You know, we had that before. We had always start. It was called. I forget what it was called. Maybe intrinsic or something like that. I forget what we called it, but we had that. I don't remember why it was removed, to be honest, but someone on our team, probably Andrew, our lead designer, decided that that is no longer something that he wanted to have in the game, and I don't remember why. So if you post on Reddit or post in Discord, we can probably get you an answer as to why it's set up that way. All right. Get rid of that. Yeah, what the hell. All right, Seraph, please go to the Dante kill chamber. Go down, go down. No! Damn you. Nah, it doesn't matter. All right. I guess I had some damage I could have put on Seraph right there, but doesn't matter. Come on, don't go to the middle. Yes! Is he dead? Not yet. Will he be dead? I got both razor sharp edges. It's close. No, we can't play any of our guys in here because I got too greedy. Well, that is just sad. Might as well do that. Got a lot of Ember now. He's gonna have 9 health left. Volveri says, referencing a mechanic people created for another game, would an effect that raises or drops the card in the deck each turn? Or are decks going too fast usually for that to matter? Effect that raises or drops the card in the deck each turn. What do you mean by that? I'm not quite sure what you mean. If you clarify, I would be happy to talk about it more. Zepman217 says, will Dante lose a stack of multi-strike if you played Calcified Ember now? I think no, he won't. So you're right. Since we're in the final battle, we could. But I did want to keep my nice, perfect, even and round 50 cards in my deck. So for that reason, I'm not going to do it. But Dante is, when played, he gains multi-strike. So it's not based on the number that are in your deck. Actually, can we kill... Oh, he's Seraph's already dead. All right, well. Let's just hit end turn. So you see, I can win a run. This one is maybe, you know, I think probably definitely easier than a normal Covenant 17 run, given we got our ridiculously buffed Dantes, which made our life very easy. So, yay, we've made it to the Frozen Heart. No, the train stewards are getting the kill. Sad face. Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with train stewards, though? And I got that achievement. Oh, yeah. Got the 40-card achievement I was talking about. I needed that one. All right, let's look at our run summary real quick. Look at this deck. It's the chungus of decks here. I'm so glad I got my Pyrestone housing that I wanted so badly. And, all right. I think I beat Menchie. No, I didn't. 17 minutes? What the hell? What the heck was he doing? Why did I take an hour and 10 minutes? I'm too damn slow. Phobiwa says, is it possible we get a little of a rundown of the actions you're taking next round? Looking to understand a bit more of the game before I decide to buy. Actions you're taking next round. What do you mean by that? Do you mean in the next update? Or do you mean in a run when you're making a decision as to what cards to play and so on? Let me know. I did preview a bunch of the content for Wild Mutations at the start of the stream, but of course I understand not everybody was here necessarily at the beginning. Oh, actually, let's go back real quick. Let's look at Menchie's deck, just for fun, see what he had in his. Now that I've played the challenge, I can view his deck. He had 3 Dantes. This one had 2 large stones on it. He also got Pyrestone housing right at the end, so he's hunting for the same thing. Definitely different looking deck. I wish I had gotten Consume Crown. That would have been a good one for sure. Collection of Tales would have also been very good. So he had better artifacts. All right, Phobiwa, if you tell me what you mean exactly, I can go over some more stuff. All right, Genesee's telling me she thinks you want a slower playthrough. Well, we do have Amy streaming immediately after me, who I think can go slower and show off some more about the game and kind of how it works at a bit of a slower pace. Yeah, I mean, I started rushing a little bit more towards the end there just because I've had so many of my streams end without completing a run, and I promised I would complete one this time. So we finished that one. Why did challenges change again? Maybe it updated again? Or maybe we have a bug. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not sure why that's showing up. But yeah, so Amy's going to stream maybe very soon. I think maybe as one quick final preview before I go. I'll show off some of the options again here, just in case you missed it. So, quick overview. Again, I don't want to bore people who saw this already, but to show it to people who didn't see it, some quick things we're adding to Wild Mutations. New mutators. Lots of new mutators. 37 new ones right now. We're adding the ability to add mutators to single-player runs, though note, if you do, this is what this warning is here, you cannot unlock, you can't get clan experience, card mastery, covenant rank unlocks, and so on. So it's because you can make a run very easy. As we saw, that last run I just played was actually pretty easy too. It was fun though. We are also adding expert challenges for people who have completed Covenant 25. So for our late game players, there are hand-designed by the dev team, extra tough challenges. These challenges can only be played at Covenant 25, so it's like Covenant 25 plus this additional stuff we're throwing at you. There's 15 of them right now. Clear them all out to kind of show true mastery. They're also tracked in the logbook, by the way. We are adding a custom challenge featured list here, where this allows us to feature things from the dev team. There's one that's featured by the dev team, and we will change this periodically. I'm not sure on exactly what schedule, but we'll announce it when we do. And algorithmically chosen runs, most popular, highest scores, most difficult. The goal here is just to make it more interesting for the community challenges and to expose them to more people, and to hopefully get more people playing those. Finally, I hinted that we are adding a new unlockable set of card mastery frames. You'll be able to see those on the next stream, perhaps, or maybe when we land the game on the public test server that's going to be coming up next week. As a reminder, the launch date for Wild Mutations is July 16th, so that is coming 2 weeks from today. There's still a lot of work to do for us. Sorry again for my horrible webcam that can't focus whatsoever. You're not drunk. I'm just blurry. Sorry. Stupid. Anyways, so I think I'm going to wrap up here and hand it over to Amy. There's a few more questions. Let me answer these questions real quick, and then we'll do that. Jingleheimer Schmidt 2 says, Covenant level doesn't affect score. Does this mean higher scores are possible at Covenant 0? I don't know. Find out. Let's see what happens. Probably. Yeah, I mean, the game's going to be easier, right? So it's probably going to be easier to get a higher score at lower covenants. Any thoughts on modifying this to make points more relevant as a run summary? Yeah, we're totally open to feedback on how the algorithm highlights runs. Our goal is to list ones that are fun for a variety of different people. Some people want really easy runs and want to have fun with that. Some people want really hard ones. Some people want ones that are interesting for some other aspect of the way the mechanics all come together. And yeah, so like our goal with, I'll just jump back to it briefly, with these featured community challenges, this menu used to be called custom challenges in the current game, in the live game. Now it's called community challenges. But our goal with this is to expose runs that would be interesting to a broad variety of people. So not all of them are going to be interesting to you necessarily, depending on what you want out of the game. We're okay with that, but we want some of them to be interesting to you. So if none of them are, that's definitely a serious problem. And regardless, we're happy to take feedback on anything basically, but for anything you see here with regards to how this is being chosen algorithmically, if you see something that you'd prefer, let us know. All right, Raid on Cloud says, in the public test server, what is the type of feedback you're looking for? I want to help as much as I can. Well, thank you very much. So really, it's two major things. One, do you like the new features? So just as Jingleheimer Schmidt 2 just said, had some feedback in particular on how the algorithm works for feature challenges. We want that kind of feedback. Do you like the changes? There's also a lot of balance changes coming in Wild Mutations. So do you like how those are working? We're nerfing things, we're buffing things, we're changing the design on some things. So we want feedback on that for sure. And we want bug reports. So there's a lot of new stuff in the game. Not all of it's going to work perfectly. I mean, we're trying to fix as many bugs as we can before the public test server, but we still expect there to be bugs. So reports on bugs are always appreciated. And as always, one of the best ways to report this stuff is to press F8, which is the default mapping of the key. It opens up this thing. You type in blah, 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 whatever it is you're thinking. You press submit. It sends it to the dev team. When you do that, it also sends us a screenshot, your save game, and your log file. So we have a bunch of information about what's going on that helps us look into problems and bug reports. So it's always appreciated. And RF17 says, do you get anything extra from having hard mutators, possibly more XP? Well, in single player, you actually don't earn XP with mutators at all. That's just the rule we're going for right now, because you can make runs very easy. So we could maybe come up with something that's like you get XP if it's harder than it would otherwise be. But as of right now, we're saying mutators in single player under standard run, just no XP ever is the current rule. Anything extra for hard mutators? I don't know, like maybe it would be interesting to modify the score rules. We haven't considered that or really talked about it. Something for us to think about. Thank you for the suggestion. All right, I'm gonna call it there. So coming right after me is Amy. There's a full day of streaming. There's 5 or 6 more hours of streams coming with some other folks like Rhapsody and Divide and Conquer. But next is Amy from Good Shepherd, who can run through a run, perhaps at a bit of a slower pace, and explain it for anybody who's new and seeing the game for the first time. So thanks for having me. Sorry about my horrible webcam. Hope you all have a good day and a good weekend. Bye.